Namaste, angels. I'm here to do the daily reading for May 11th, beginning with the significant events for this day. Today, by the way, is an 8, so all about justice and strength and abundance and infinity. Perhaps Saint Germain and Lady Portia. And if you are not for us, you are against us. If you're not part of the problem, you're not part of the solution, rather, you're part of the problem. Build, destroy. In the year 1189, the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick I Barbarossa and 100,000 crusaders depart Regensburg for the Third Crusade. 1751, the first hospital is founded, Pennsylvania Hospital, in the 13 colonies in America. 1924, Mercedes-Benz is formed by Gottlieb Daimler and Carl Benz, merging the two companies. 1960, the first contraceptive pill is made available for sale. 1995, in New York City, more than 170 countries decide to extend the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty indefinitely and without conditions. And in 2015, India's population officially reaches 1 billion. Ashta Arora is named India's billionth baby. Did you know the waltz is introduced into English ballrooms? Some observers consider it disgusting and immoral on May 11th in 1812. Famous birthdays: Irving Berlin, Salvador Dali, Natasha Richardson, Corey Mindteeth, and Holly Valance. Holly Valance, the only living person listed there. Famous weddings: 1963, Prime Minister of Canada John Turner, 33, weds Gellis McCrae Kinglor, who was 25. 1970, Sammy Davis Jr. weds Alta Vise, no last name. 1996, fashion designer Cynthia Rowley, 39, weds retail store designer Bill Keenan, 43, at Manhattan City Hall in New York. 2001, actress Suzanne Plachette, 64, weds Tom Poston, 79, also at Manhattan's City Hall in New York. And before I forget, because I forgot the first 2 days, speaking of Manhattan, anybody living in the New York City area who is 25 or younger, not working or interested in working and or going to college for free, may contact me with regard to paid internships on Wall Street, to which I have a plug, as they say. Famous deaths: William Pitt the Elder, Spencer Percival, John D. Rockefeller Jr., Bob Marley, Douglas Adams, and Floyd Patterson. They also added somebody to the monthlies. Pope turned Vatican into whorehouse. Pope John the 12th, who died, some say he was murdered on this day, lived a life of sin, corruption, and murder. But is his reputation as the worst pope deserved? This happened on May 14th in the year 964. That's the day on which he died. Anybody wants to look him up and find out if it's true that he was really running a whorehouse out of the Vatican. All right, going up to the deaths. Floyd Patterson was American, a boxer and an undisputed heavyweight champion. Ryman's the youngest undisputed heavyweight champion. He remains the youngest undisputed heavyweight champion. He was also the first heavyweight boxer to regain the title. He had a record of 55 wins, 8 losses, and 1 draw, with 40 wins by knockout. He was born on January 4th in 1935 and was a Capricorn from Waco, North Carolina, USA. He died on May 11th in 2008 at the age of 71, which is, May 11th of 2006, which is 8, and at the age of 71, which is also 8. I don't know why I was so tongue-tied on that one. Douglas Adams was British, the author of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Don't Panic. He was born on March 11th in 1952 and was a Pisces from Cambridge, England. He died on May 11th in 2001 at the age of 49, or 11/11, of myocardial infarction and fatal cardiac arrhythmia. Bob Marley full name Nesta Robert Marley, was Jamaican, a reggae musician. Born to a mother of African and a father of European descent in rural Jamaica, Marley moved with his mother to the ghetto trench town in Kingston in 1957, or 58, or 13, or 4, or 11, 11. In 1963, which is 11, he formed a singing group called the Wailing Wailers with friends. They later changed it to the Wailers. They achieved local success. During the 1960s, Marley married and became interested in the Rastafari movement and remained committed to it for the rest of his life, and it came to be an influence in much of his music. In 1976, an assassination attempt was made during the rehearsals for a concert aimed at quelling political tensions in Jamaica. After this, Marley left for the UK, releasing albums Exodus and Kaya. His 1979 album Survival showed his support for African causes and included the song War. In 1997, a malignant tumor was 97. That's not right. 1997 is not right. They must mean 77, I guess. That may be too early though. I saw a Bob Marley concert. I think it was for my 9th birthday. I remember I was given a choice. My mother asked me what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to this Bob Marley concert. It was him and the Commodores. Lionel Richie was still a Commodore. And it was at the Madison Square Garden. I think I was 9. I wouldn't have been 9 in 77. That I would have been much younger. I don't know, but they got a mistake here. It wasn't 1997 when the tumor was discovered. He was already dead by 1997. Anyway, it was discovered in Marley's toe, but he went on to tour and release albums including his last, Uprising, in 1980. Despite treatment for his cancer, he died in May of 1981. Right, so in 1997 couldn't be when the tumor was found. In 1999, Time magazine named his album Exodus Album of the Century. He was born on February 6th in 1945 and was an Aquarius from 9 Mile, St. Anne, Jamaica. He died on May 11th in 1981 at the age of 36 of a brain and lung cancer. John D. Rockefeller Jr. was American, a financier and philanthropist. American financier and philanthropist who was a prominent member of the Rockefeller family. He was the only son among the 5 children of Standard Oil co-founder John D. Rockefeller and the father of the 5 famous Rockefeller brothers. He was born on January 29th in 1874, which is all ones. January 1, 29, 11, 1874, 9, 11, or 11. He was an Aquarius from Cleveland, Ohio, USA. He died on May 11th in 1960 at the age of 86 of pneumonia. Spencer Perceval was British, a British Prime Minister, the only British Prime Minister to have ever been assassinated. He was born on November 1st in 1762 and was a Scorpio from London, England, United Kingdom. He died on May 11th in 1812 at the age of 49 or 13 or 11, 11 of assassination. And William Pitt the Elder was British, a British Prime Minister called the Great Commoner. He led the government of Great Britain during the 7 Years' War. He was born on November 15th in 1708, which is 88, and was a Scorpio from London, England. He died on May 11th in 1778 at the age of 69. The Spencer Perceval I'm seeing now, he was an 882. 1762 is also 88. Okay. Holly Valance is Australian, an actor and a singer. She's famous for Felicity Flick in the TV soap Neighbours. She was born on May 11th in 1983 and is 33 years old, a Taurus from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Corey Monteith was Canadian, an actor and a musician. He was famous for Glee, Monte Carlo, Sisters and Brothers. He was born on May 11th in 1982 and was a Taurus, which is 11, by the way. So 5, 11, 11. A Taurus from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He died on July 13th, which is also 11. 713 is 20, is 11. In the year 2013, he was 31. So all those 13s, 13, 2013, 31, which is 13 transposed. He died of a drug overdose from both heroin and alcohol. Natasha Richardson was English, an actress famous for The Parent Trap and Nell. She was born on May 11th in 1963 and was a tourist from London, England. She died on March 18th in 2009 at the age of 45 of traumatic brain injury. She was in a ski accident, if I remember correctly. Salvador Dali was Spanish and a painter, best known for the striking and bizarre images in his surrealist work, The Persistence of Memory. He was born on May 11th in 1904 and was a tourist from Figueros, Spain. He died on January 23rd in 1989 at the age of 84 of heart failure. And Irving Berlin is the last, and he was American, a composer and a lyricist of Russian Jewish origin. Irving Berlin is widely considered one of the greatest songwriters in American history for such hits as Alexander's Ragtime Band, God Bless America, and There's No Business Like Show Business. He was born on May 11th in the year 1888. So all the eights are coming through. Remember, build, destroy, and all that stuff. A Taurus from Tyumen, Russian Empire. He died on September 22nd in the year 1989 at the age of 101 of natural causes. September 22nd, by the way, 1111. And he was the last of the birthdays. There's been something added to the bottom of the page with regard to the month. Pope turned Vatican into whorehouse. Pope John XII, who died, some say he was murdered on this day, lived a life of sin, corruption, and murder, but is his reputation as the worst pope ever deserved? He was died or murdered on May 14th in the year 964. All right. Dice. Beginning with yes. 29, speaking of 11. And massage. Spirit says, buy shoes. Forget it. Ooh, and sex. Maybe sex in shoes, like high heels that you just bought. Okay. Never forget I said that. I don't know where that came from. That's not relative to anything we're going to discuss here. I'm beginning with the Four of Fire. Contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. I shuffled this card opposite the Knight of Water. I can't tell you so many times, which I thought was pretty amazing because, I mean, that looks like a marriage proposal or at least a commitment proposal or a move in with me proposal, which I suppose is a commitment proposal. It was just beautiful. Anyway, opening, however, to this kind of fear and sleepless nights, insomnia, the Nine of Air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. And now that's taken over. Opening to the Page of Fire, who's outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. So the Page of Fire brings us a new opportunity, perhaps like the one that I mentioned earlier for New York City youth. Well, yes, adolescents and I guess teens, 25 and younger, who are interested in perhaps going to college for free and or a paid internship on Wall Street in Manhattan. Nine of Air back. Opening to the Eight of Earth. Skilled workers rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic and going back to school. So this describes what I was just talking about perfectly, the job, the paid internship in Manhattan, because this is like apprenticeship, learning under somebody else, and going back to school maybe, perhaps simultaneously, and earning money for it. And not only money, but the education of the job also. On the job experience for which you are paid. This can be applied to love too, putting your efforts and energies toward a relationship, not just letting it happen to you, you happening to it or upon it, you know, in being impactful, being present and involved in your own circumstance. Opening to the page of Earth, who's scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. Good news about financial matters. Wanting to do something more challenging, maybe even a new area of study, like a job on Wall Street. Now, obviously, that doesn't apply to a job on Wall Street specifically. Doesn't apply to everybody to whom I'm talking. But it's a great example to get the point across of what I'm trying to convey, that an opportunity may very well come your way on this day, and it may be in the form of learning something from someone else, but it to the extent that it educates you and prepares you for your future, be that in a material sense or in love, from wherever your abundance comes on that day. Both, maybe. That would be nice. Opening to the Queen of Fire, who's confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So that opposite, the Eight of Earth, is sort of like, you can definitely do this. Like if you're worried, you know, do I have what it takes for this job? Again, whether that's a relationship, a commitment maybe from the Knight of Water to move in or to marry or to, you know, be his woman or man or whatever. You got what it takes to take on that position, that new area of study. I call my divine masculine my boss sometimes. So, you know, so that's like a new career. When it's renewed, it's like a new career for, you know, a new boss, or my boss, a new. Anyway, I don't know from where that came either. Forget I said that as well. I'm coming now to the Five of Fire. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. We're familiar with this, and we know with what to do with this. Where to put it. But for some of us, unfortunately, it's what's keeping us up at night, and maybe has led us to a distrustful place. For others, this is the joy stealers, or the energy of joy stealing. Doesn't have to be an actual person. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. Masculine is the Nine of Fire. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Surrounded by the Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation, maybe even a challenging beginning, but a beginning nonetheless. Chin up. Positive thinking. In the masculine subconscious, life experience, or the Tower. This can actually be a building again, or a structure, and may have something to do, a connection to that Four of Fire. It could be a new apartment, a new home. Again, move in with me. That's certainly a major, you know, life change, life experience. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It's time to spread your wings. The feminine is the Knight of Earth, who's loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. And a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or somebody taking on that energy, those traits. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. Surrounded by the Empress, who's also a Taurus, or perhaps a Libra. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. In the feminine subconscious, the Nine of Earth, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. This may be the feminine having, you know, embarked upon a new path that supports her own financial growth and stability, setting her own foundations. Crowning the Lovers with Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. The Lovers represents the sign of Gemini, perhaps, or Libra, maybe, or Aquarius even. But yeah, definitely Gemini. At the root, the King of Fire, who's motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. The King of Fire is a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, and the quintessential divine masculine of the tarot. At the heart of the matter, the Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. This can definitely be an offer about which we have to make a decision whether or not to accept it. Certainly be something having to do with a Gemini or other air sign being, particularly impactful upon you on this day. Or a Taurus or other earth sign being particularly impactful upon you, and or the decision as to whether or not to accept this offer. It is surrounded by something that is connected to emotion and or love. So either the person who is giving it or the person who would receive it feels something, but sort of some mediocrity about the offer. They're like unimpressed, perhaps even bored with it, or, thinking too little. And because they're not seeing the bigger picture or the real opportunity that's there, the diamond in the rough, maybe, they could miss the opportunity altogether. The opportunity to perhaps give birth to their dream. This is something, again, that's connected to emotion. This can be a job where you can end up like living your life's passion. You're an artist and you finally get to create, of whatever sort, a musician, a painter, an illustrator, a writer, and you're finally in a position. It may not be perfect. It may not be where you would have hoped to have started in this particular field or something, but it's where your life's passions lie. And it's a commitment that you've made to yourself to finally do this one day, but it's about to pass you by. Unless you, weigh your options and make a decision that's appropriate before it's too late. For others, this is a small victory of some sort that makes them feel good. It makes them feel, but again, it's a small victory. So maybe they were trying to accomplish something huge. They don't necessarily. Maybe that comes in time. Maybe it's doing the Night of Earth. It's, the remainder of the victory will come later. That's possible. Right now we're seeing some of the fruits of our labor, and we should be proud of that, is what this says here. Same thing with the life experience, So maybe we wanted to buy a big house. We didn't get to do that, but we did get our first apartment, and we should be proud of that. That's what this says. Okay. Let's go to the romance cards. Beginning with calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And opening to keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Calling in your soulmate. Opening to attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Calling in your soulmate. And reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And this has happened to me more than once. Every time I notice one of these 6 9s and think about the honeymoon, because the Lovers is 6 and the 9 of Fire is 9. I saw another 9 too. Oh yeah, here. 6 and 3 equals 9. all of a sudden the reconciliation card will pop up. So for some, it is not until then, until the end of the Jupiter retrograde, 6-9. But for others, yeah, like I said the other day, beginning right now, someone from your past is working on returning to your life. Calling in your soulmate. And lastly, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Calling in your soulmate. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Here atop the 9 of fire, what the masculine is defending and standing firm on and not giving up on is true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. It sits right here next to the lovers. How awesome is that? Atop the ace of air, and this victory and new beginning is new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Like when your boss is a new. Atop life experience, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So for some, this tower may have had to do with the need to put ourselves first and maybe to leave someone, someplace, something behind by thinking of ourselves, our hearts, and going with what those things told us to do. Here atop the Empress. Getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this is about nurturing one another, like from a romantic standpoint. Ooh. Here atop the Lovers, with regard to this decision, which can often be about, two karmic partners. Karmic in the sense that I mean fated, destined, not necessarily, of a negative connotation. The time has come to clear your energy. For others, this can be still release your capital X, like I said for the reading that I did on the 10th. This is you, stepping out and embarking upon something new, maybe on your own for the first time, like what might be going on here with the masculine loving himself first atop the tower. Like what may be going on here for the feminine with the Knight of Earth. She's slow and steady, but she will win the race. But she's coming out. You have to do that. With getting to know each other, putting your best foot forward, putting yourself out there, making yourself present and like emotionally available. Is this. That's your capital X. Now, for some of you, when the Lovers pops up, which again can certainly be about two people. It's like a mirror image of the Devil card in the tarot. Which is also those two naked people standing next to the devil. They're chained in that case, though, on the other card. It's about two people, and you got to release an EX. At the heart of the matter, atop the... So maybe that's part of the problem, too, with the Four of Cups, part of the mediocrity of the Four of Cups. It's like I'm making you an offer, but I still kind of got like a string, a chain. I didn't completely cut myself loose yet, in the case of some. Here... Atop the Four of Water, heart-to-heart conversations. Don't miss the opportunity to have these. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And it sits next to the Ace of Air, which is, there's no better place. If you're going to have a heart-to-heart conversation, that's where you should be to have it. Let's see. I didn't have them out, but let's see what the angel therapy cards might add by way of what to work on for the healing for those who need it, beginning with clear yourself, which I think is appropriate. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that may have been absorbed by you. Opening to indigo, the person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural-born leader. Clear yourself. Opening to workshops and seminars. Attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. That can be another aspect of the creative outlets, right? This is the speaking, public speaking. That certainly makes sense with the Ace of Air sitting here too. But from the other standpoint, it can be about teaching and learning oneself and one's partner. Clear yourself is back. And opening 2, heal away addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Lastly, crystals. The energy of crystals supports you and helps you with your present situation. So some of us may want to work with crystals in healing this. Rose quartz always helps, you know, just to go for the energies of unconditional love and whatever it is we're working on. And clear yourself. Cut. I don't know if I was clear if I showed you the card, but I came to clear yourself again. So Spirit reiterating that message. And now our overall energy is honor and respect your deep sensitivity, as it is a gift to us all. Here atop, release your ex. Have you asked your angels for help with this? Your angels want to help you with this situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. So for those of you who have to release an EX or a capital X, do call upon your angels if you believe in doing that, or God or the universe, or what you know, whatever energy, higher vibration you believe in calling upon. Do that and ask that, you know, these higher beings of light intercede and intervene in your life in helping you to heal. Atop, love yourself first and life experience. Here's books. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, and or selling spiritually based books. This may be a therapeutic, something to help get through the tower for the masculine. Maybe even journaling, like a diary, is what's coming through. And also for you, masculine, the Knight of Air, who's intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless, and like the Ace and the Lovers, perhaps a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. So that may be whatever the tower is. And the tower can very well be in your mind, like you, you know, conceiving or perceiving, or both, a tower. Like it hasn't actually happened. It's not here in your, you know, surrounding you or in your present situation. It's here in the subconscious. So rather than imagine something, you know, possibly negative happening, a tower doesn't have to be negative. It can be good. You know, think good things. And maybe it's books. Maybe this tower that you're thinking about is getting into a creative outlet of, you know, having something to do with writing or reading, or again, public speaking, or whatever, for some of you. And, you know, you're imagining how that would totally shake up your life, and maybe there's some fear there as far as doing it. Just jump out. Jump out. With a plan. With a plan, because again, the Knight of Air can be about chaos and, you know, confusion and running off like half-cocked, like without having thought about anything or thought anything through. Feminine, the Nine of Water. Your wish comes true, concerns fade away, and you have a love of life. This is a prayers answered, a wishes granted, and the Yes card of the Minor Arcana to you. So on, you know, upon which whatever you are praying, know that it's coming to you. I think the cards pretty much show that today. I mean, it was a pretty good day in terms of energy for the feminine. The Knight of Earth, so we got that court card. Venus showing up as the Empress, and the Nine of Earth, which is about success and, you know, perhaps being alone, but not being lonely, you know, enjoying yourself, liking yourself, loving yourself. So, I mean, that's a prayer answered in itself. And then there's more to come, you know, for whatever else you've been asking, it comes to you now. Maybe you need help in releasing somebody, a karmic partner, your child's other parent or something. That could be why the lovers are here crossing the Empress. Or yourself, from like you've been guilty to yourself mothering other people in your life, and they may be your children, but they don't have to be your children. People you've been mothering, people you've been raising, to whom you've committed, but you're in that you're not keeping your commitment to yourself and the universe. So that's why you're guided here to become the Knight of Earth and to honor those commitments that you made, to yourself and to God, the universe. And the help you need coming to you here with this. You too can ask your angels for support with this. From the romance cards, deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Maybe in pulling off that mask and expressing yourself and being open to getting to know each other. Or you're wearing the false self mask again because you continue to take care of other people and not you. And you may even be, for some of you, this is just thinking about taking care of you. Like I told the masculine, it's here in the subconscious area. It hasn't even made its way here. So you might be like envisioning this, dreaming about this, but in reality, you're taking care of everybody else. So that's a false mask because you need to let yourself out. You need to release your capital X upon the world too. There's an unrequited love. You're married to someone, someplace, something that's, no longer aligns with you. And so you have to let that go. And let go of control issues as well. Allow this situation instead to unfold naturally. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So rather than being miserable while married to someone, something, someplace that doesn't align with you, you want to, lift your own spirits. And so the Nine of Earth is good in that area, in helping you to do that. So you can send out positive vibes, and that can be what's returned to you. Forgiving and learning may be necessary as well. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So that may help you to get through whatever this is. Again, with the lovers crossing the Empress, can certainly be a very serious decision, or impactful decision, something that's really going to affect your life. But I say for the better, because once we start following our own hearts and the guidance of the universe and God, the flow rushes in. Venus rewards us. That was the last card that was upright. So that was the last one I'm going to pull on that. And masculine, your advice from the romance angels is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So whereas some of you may be already, again, you may have even made some sort of proposal, and maybe that's why the Four of Cups sits here at the heart of the matter for you. Some sort of offer to the feminine, be with me, move in with me, whatever. And she's taking her sweet time because she's here in this energy of the Knight of Earth. Just know that it's worth waiting for. Give her a moment, because some of us have got, some shit with us, as they say. Lastly, from the angels, angel therapy, masculine, Cancer, clear, delete. Use only positive words and thoughts, right? Not mediocrity. Be proud of yourself. As those words are manifesting into form. Yeah, we reap what we sow. We put out positive vibes. We get those back. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. Get rid of that. No Nine of Air. And lastly, for the feminine, third eye chakra. It's safe for you to see the energy of love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions, and to follow that guidance. Again, I hope that you guys enjoy the daily. Namaste, angels.